other day where a VTuber gets canceled. Like Mint Maid recently came back, and I've been loving all the stuff she's been publishing, like the podcast and all the content coming in. And she's been a little bit worrisome getting back into it all. And I'm seeing that she's getting a lot of hate for no reason at all. We should look into this a little bit. Like, I don't know what's going on
here. So it looks like it's time to farm some more VTuber related drama, because people in that scene simply can't hold their intrusive thoughts in their own minds.
That's
and have
right.
to share these rude
That's right. They're
messages
making up
and
their own
rude thoughts
worldview
onto Twitter for clout. Now we're gonna start here.
Oh, Rev?
with
Yeah, we watched one Rev video
of
today.
course, she has rebranded onto her past life account, Maid Mint, since graduating from Niji Sanji. Now, unfortunately, during a recent stream, she shared some hate messages that she has been receiving on her offline OBS. And this,
I cried when Mint mentioned she was almost applied to work at a grocery store. I think that sometimes the content creator gets a little bit blocked, and I think that whenever you have a situation that she was in, you know, and getting back into it and going in this, like, it's a little bit hard step, and she just want to, you know, do her own thing. So I think it is a little bit sad, but I'm happy she went on with it and doing her own thing in the end of the day.
This is something that is
happy we got the
fact that
the good ending. Not the biggest fan of enjoyer. I think he's great.
She is very,
I like
very
the way he
well-liked
thinks,
and pretty much the least problematic person you'll ever find. But here's some of her thoughts in the last half hour or so of
She's a sweetheart.
Stream.
Sometimes I get what's the word? I get nervous seeing like offline donations. I do appreciate them very much, but I get nervous because sometimes it's like a hate message. So I'm just, if I have my OBS open and I hear that I get a donation, I'm like, but I understand if you can't make it to the stream or something. So I do still appreciate, you know. So thank you.
Now, like
that is like the weirdest thing. Imagine spending money to send a hate message. Like, can you believe that? Like, who would do such a thing? Who would spend money to send a hate message? Like, here you go, I hate you. Like, what?
I did that earlier. It is very hard to think of reasons why anyone would have an issue with Mint Maid.
So weird.
And when it comes to the potential people behind this, your guess is as good as mine. I mean, it could be people who are angry because she has left Niji Sanji and is doing her own indie career. Who knows? But one thing I do know,
I would assume that's a good thing,
is that a lot of people are very angry about any sort of hate directed towards Mint Maid, and they will be there to defend her if possible. But moving forward, I made actually a pretty cool discovery, something I did not know, and it's the fact that the artist Kevin has done the rigging for the Mint Maid model you are looking at. Now, Kevin is someone that we've talked about a lot on this channel because not only is he very talented as an artist and a rigger of VTuber models, he is also someone who's been the target of a lot of people trying to cancel him, especially in the VTubing scene, for reasons we'll see soon enough. Now, recently there's been a big uptick of anti-Kevin call-out posts where people are attacking the quality of his art and the quality of his person over what can be best described as jealousy and delusions. Beginning with this tweet, which is probably the most innocuous of all of them, it says, Kevin rigs. Because every time I look at his rigs, I feel like I'm having a seizure. It's bad if someone like me, who isn't a live 2D rigger, is seeing all of these issues. There is no doubt he is a talented rigger, but honestly, it feels messy and all over the place. There is no actual care in the quality, and it sucks to see him never fix these issues in newer models. People are paying you good money. I expect better from you.
So, you know, do you see something here that is missing? In this comment here, do you see something that is missing? They're missing evidence. They're missing some form of video presenting it. They're just saying things straight out with no examples, nothing at all to fill up their arguments. And I think that is either jealousy or the fact that they just can't get the form of quality he presents. Source, trust me, bro. Yeah, I would never lie. I'm on the internet.
But here's the thing. We all know what this is probably all about, and that's jealousy, okay? A lot of artists have come out to attack Kevin, also complaining about the quality of his art and trying to claim that some of his clients might have an issue with the product they're being given. However, there is no proof of that. The people who are his clients are saying nothing but positive things about him. The only people criticizing and attacking him are people who are either artists or completely unrelated to him or his rigs or anything like that.
So people that are not his customers. So first of all, this is none of your business. Because it is none of your business. You're not doing any business with him. So you're criticizing the work that other people receive. That ain't something you should have to deal with. You don't have to think about it. If you're thinking about this, you're wasting your time. Don't think about this. Move on. Do something else. Go lay down. Go find something else to do. But if the people purchasing the product are happy and they get what they want, then what are you getting mad about? In the end of the day, if you're criticizing somebody's work with no example, no evidence, you're not doing any business with them, you have no affiliation with them, then you're clearly just there trying to damage their reputation. Which is fine. In the end of the day, this is all game, right? You want to get the money. You don't want to buy this. You want to either reduce his prices or you want to make him have less customers. But you're not going to move away from the fact that the guy is doing a damn good job and all of his customers are pleased and he has the receipts on all of them while you have clearly nothing. Nothing at all.
Here, this is just a bad post. Like, why do you feel the need to share this? If you're someone who's criticizing art, I don't know. It doesn't seem worth a call-out post. This is like a new era in the VTubing
It's a new era of unhinged
call-out posts attacking the quality of someone's artwork or rigging or something like that. It's very, very strange. And if you move forward, you can see this is the kind of person always saying, I don't like to be in drama. I don't like to be in drama.
I wonder if this individual is a V-tweeter or a VTuber. For some reason, I feel like they are actually VTuber, but I wonder if they're a V-tweeter.
So much drama in the VTubing scene. Yeah, it's because of call-out posts like that. They're completely unnecessary. And here, of course, you would see some quotes sharing that same level of hatred for Kevin, saying this. The guy still uses an underage character for not safe for work / sus assets. He's a effing weirdo. Don't know why people still support him, and I side-eye anyone that does. I mean, are you going to say that to Maid, by the way? Are these people all going to say something to Maid for working with Kevin? I highly doubt it. But of course, what are they referring to here? Well, it's the fact that Kevin, for a lot of his assets, he shows them off on a model of Marin Kitagawa from My Dress Up Darling, and a lot of people have routine.
I think I know the reason. They're doing this. The thing is that it seems to me that things have not been going that well. I'm looking at their stats. When did they make this tweet? Let me double check here. April 11th. They kind of stopped doing stuff. You can kind of see that their stats have been not going so well recently. So I feel like, as always, whenever I see somebody being like creating a scenario and being obnoxious on Twitter, when they're actually a VTuber, I feel like this is a call out to get attention. And when I look at their stats, I see that things are going worse. Less followers. Just overall, it's not been the greatest. I mean, this is not too bad for small VTuber, right? But you can see that overall that things have been kind of going a little bit lower and it's a little bit like of a mix. They're not really that happy with it. So what's the best way to get any sort of attention? Just be a dumbass on the internet. Let's see if anybody will take the bait.
And I side-eye anyone that does. I mean, are you going to say that to Maid, by the way? Are these people all going to say something
but she's a VTuber still, which is better than VTweeter. So I'll take her opinion a little bit more because she's actually in the space. She's trying to do stuff, you know?
Working with Kevin,
I think this is a little pathetic.
But of course, what are they referring to here? Well, it's the fact that Kevin, for a lot of his assets, he shows them off on a model of Marin Kitagawa from My Dress Up Darling, and a lot of people have routinely try to cancel Kevin for using this model to show off his VTuber assets. And of course, it's always backfired. It's only given him more attention, more commissions, and just more success and traction to his account overall. But let's keep going on this theme. So we have another artist here calling out Kevin, saying, "Me when VTubers finally commission a good rigger for their models instead of the fetishist weirdo one with the ugly ass rigs for the millionth time."
These people, it's just so weird. It's just so weird. I don't know how somebody writes this and think to themselves, yes, what a great take. Who says these things, man? What's wrong with you?
Very interesting. The level of animosity towards an artist who has nothing to do with you. You just don't like them as a person, or you don't like their art, or you're trying to disguise this post as a criticism of their art, when really you have an issue with some of the content that they produce on a moral level. Now, we can see in the replies, people are having a powwow. You can see on any call-out post against Kevin, there are tons of artists going into the replies and sharing how much disdain they have for Kevin and how they're so happy someone's calling them out. And they literally want to run this guy off of the internet, claiming that he is making these shoddy commissions and all this work. And yet the clients who are receiving these are appreciating his work and are supporting him and are happy with what they're getting.
Exactly.
And they're going to continue commissioning him. In fact, I mean, it's pretty obvious, since such big names have worked with him, a lot of people really like what he does. If you dislike some aspects of his art, fine. But does it deserve a call out post? No. Does he deserve to be put off of the internet entirely? Absolutely not. And as you can see from this reply right here, wait until you see what model the most successful VTuber in the entire world uses and what she does with it, which is of course referring to Gargura, because I don't see this kind of energy for someone like Gargura, where they're trying to attack over the morality of fictional content that is featured within the VTubing scene.
What happened to people supporting artists that are trying to do things? Like that, we are nothing without an artist. I would not have my model if it wasn't for my VTuber mom and papa, you know? Same goes for anyone. Why are you attacking people that are producing in the space? I think this is super cringe, even if somebody didn't like do anything well. First of all, you're not doing business with them, so you shouldn't even say anything. Like, who cares? But second of all, why would you attack anybody within the space trying to produce? Like, it is so weird. How can you call yourself a VTuber if you're not, if you're trying to put down the artists that are creating more VTubers in the space? It's so weird.
But it goes way beyond that. You know, it's not just a call out post against the art. We move right into slander.
Yeah, that one's sexy. Ooh, that one's sexy.
Saying, I think many of you are missing the point, bruh. Or can you not read the fetishist weirdo part? If they weren't, they wouldn't be getting any negativity. Just stop defending this person. Please, you all look bad. So basically they're saying if they weren't this weirdo in their eyes, they wouldn't get any criticism. So basically what you're saying is all the shots at his art are petty and just made up for outrage because you don't like what he's doing on a moral.
Oh, he went protective. This guy spurred down on Twitter and now he put himself on protective mode. What a loser.
Level, which makes you look very disingenuous and makes all these other posts look very disingenuous, which we already know they are. But moving on, they say this, okay? It's shocking how many people defend this pedo. Oh, that's slander.
Oh, whoa.
But thanks, you're making it...
Where did that come from? From rigging to the art into this.
Easy on who to block.
What a
stretch. Read this anyway if you need a reminder with this part right here. But before we look at this, let's just look into this, because every person who's crying pedo on the internet over VTuber assets and things like that are often projecting, okay? Let's start right here. So number one, I looked through this account. They are a huge Blue Archive fan. Either they're a tourist who's new to this stuff, or they're just really that lacking in self-awareness. But they love one of the most heavily lolicon-focused games out there and franchises, And you can see in their likes, they have sexualized characters that are underage, just like Marin Kitagawa, for example. And they've also made their own artwork featuring characters from this franchise. There is no way you can judge someone like Kevin while being a Blue Archive fan. It makes absolutely no sense. It's so hypocritical. And then if you look through the rest of their likes, you see a lot of Hololive members, which, again, extremely hypocritical.
It always brings, thank you, I needed this. Always brings me a smile to see Corona. Like every time I see her. God damn. This is the reason I'm a VTuber. That woman right there.
Type of climate and what's morally accepted at Hololive. You can see someone like Marine in their likes. Who's a lolicon and a Shotokan. Like, I don't see the call out post for that. And here's another, here's the source that previous artist was using as proof that they're a literal predator, saying this. He makes suggestive not safe for work assets of his Maureen model, who is underage high school girl from the show My Dress Up Darling, and made a R-word whistle asset that's used by children to alert if they feel in danger of which is already a gross misrepresentation of a fictional
what the hell is going on through this individual's brain? Like, what are you thinking? What's going on here?
Tuber asset.
Bro,
but of course, that comes from this right here. This is Lollygod Requiem. When Kevin made this asset, he based it off of this music video. And instead of calling out the music video made by Shigure Ui with 91 million views, they call out Kevin.
Yeah, this song popped off so hard that even Japanese media started banning it because it was everywhere. It was everywhere. This song popped off hard.
Instead, for making an asset based on this buzzer. So it's very hypocritical. You know, every single person who's complaining about Kevin in this video has not called out Shigure Ui because their video featuring this entire thing they're mad about has nearly 100 million views. It is almost twice as many views as the next most viewed VTuber music video of all time. That's how widespread this music video is. And yet they're not going to call out this.
Big. They're going to
call out Kevin because basically it's the flavor of the month to hate on Kevin and to call out his assets and his overall artwork. It's very, very disingenuous. But moving forward, this same person would say this: there's only one rigor I can distinctly tell when something is their work, because it, honest to God, looks like garbage. But somehow the pedo slander is getting paid for it. Who? I'm genuinely asking. And they reply with his actual @ So it's not just slander over this stuff. This person's also doing what is targeted harassment on social media. When you are calling someone something like a pedo and then giving an @ for people to check out, that is targeted harassment. These people cannot hold in their intrusive thoughts. They're so violently angry over fictional content like this that they have to lash out and slander someone.
I wonder why they did the space. Maybe so he doesn't have he doesn't see it. They can try to hide it, you know?
And also
what they do with asthma too? Yeah, I know.
Well. But going forward, a lot of people have been noticing dozens of call-out posts against Kevin, and we've seen people who have actually worked with Kevin make positive posts about him, sharing how much they appreciate the rigging of their VTuber model that he was responsible for. But again, you can see in the replies down here that weirdos are still following, and you can see this reply: that's not why we hate him. We hate him for being a horny creep.
Shut the fuck up, man. Nearly everyone in the VTuber community are horny bitches. Like, stop thinking that you are better than anyone else. Brother, nearly every human in their span, when they grow up, when they're adults, they get horny. It's just how it is. Like, you're looking at a girl with her boobs like so revealing and barely anything around the rest of her body. And this goes everywhere in the VTuber community. Sexiness does not mean horniness. You can look at somebody and think they're sexy without thinking, I gotta jack off. I gotta go wild. I'm lusting for it. Listen, people just want to look hot. Things want to be hot. They like sharing hot things. They like looking at things that look nice. That's just what it is. It doesn't mean you have to be horny or a coomer. And regardless if somebody is a horny or a coomer, just in the end of the day, everybody is. Come on.
Oh, Well, you know, it's already been a bit of a theme in this video, but your likes are public. Now, I'm going to have to
I love this game. This game is so cute. Ah, she's so cute.
Censor this one. I really regret looking at this person's likes. But here's, of course, an image using Ashley from the coffin of Andy and Lele to begin with. But in case you don't want to read that text that I'm censoring, this is in their likes. It's liking a video that is a fart fetish, not safe for work video. Do I have to say anymore? And I made the grave mistake of getting greedy and looking for more stuff to laugh at them in their likes, to point out that, you know, calling Kevin a weirdo is hypocritical because they're doing a lot of horny stuff. I found something that was an eyeful, okay? It was based on this sort of theme, and I need to wash my eyes out with bleach after seeing it. It was this sort of thing in action, and I really, it takes a lot to make me feel grossed out, but that was enough for me. So, needless to say, users like this, you have absolutely zero ground to speak on this issue and call people creeps and weirdos and things like that when this behavior is on full display with your account. But moving forward, of course, Kevin does great work, and I always enjoy the opportunity to not only defend him, but also to promote his account. You should definitely check him out. I'll put a link to his account in the description of this video. Give it a follow. Consider checking out some of their art. You definitely won't be disappointed. But for now, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, I personally think that it's a shame to see people start attacking artists within the space. Like, that is such a backpedal move. It's so dumb. People should be more just always supportive toward them, because who are we without them in the end of the day? That's so stupid. Like, what these people are saying, it's just so stupid. Oh god.